Hey guys, what's up? It's Fern. Thank you so much for joining me for another Planty video. So today we are actually going to be making a few moss poles. I am overrun right now with plants that are climbing that don't have moss poles yet. So I thought that I would kind of break it up a bit. So today is going to be focused on a few different monstera. I wrote them down. Which ones are we doing in this video? Okay, so today we are going to do Monstera Standaliana. That's the first one that I'm gonna do. Something going on outside. It has been so windy lately, like my stuff just keeps blowing away. The first one that we're gonna do is my Monstera Standaliana, and we're actually gonna be doing a few things to this plant. We're gonna be doing like a full maintenance. I'm really starting to like this plant and become happy with the way it's growing. It's kind of hard to, it's kind of hard to show. But we're going to be propagating, we're going to be extending the moss pole, we're going to be upsizing the pot, and adding some cuttings in to make a fuller plant. So that'll be fun. I'm really excited about that. And look at how, I mean, we'll have a closer look later too, but just look at those aerials. So good. So yeah, that guy's getting the full makeover today, and then we are also going to be making a pole for my Monstera obliqua, which is exciting because it's really starting to vine up now. I'll show you guys. And then the last one we're gonna do is my Monstera peru. That guy really needs a pole as well. He's pushing out like beautiful large growth that really wants to climb. So yeah, I'm gonna need more moss in this. I don't know why I just have this small bin, but I guess we'll start with that. And I have my mesh. I've got everything here, I think. So I'm gonna adjust the camera down and then we're gonna get started.
It's not time to go yet, my love. You have to wait, okay? You have to wait for mommy to do this.
Oh shoot, it is time to go actually. Okay, we did indeed end up going for a WALK, but I'm back now. We are going to carry on. Coffee's brewing. Also, the heat is on, but I'm hoping now that I'm using the microphone, it won't pick up the background noise as much, but the heat needs to be on. I don't know what's wrong with this province that I'm residing in, but it's friggin' winter time still, so. This is my favorite potting mat. It's the blue one. Literally obsessed with it. Can't stop talking about the color blue lately, like. Suddenly, I'm just obsessed with the color blue. I think first I'm going to take the cuttings, then they can kind of harden off for a few minutes while I do the moss pole and everything. So as you can see, this is growing right past the top of the moss pole. It's looking so good and it's growing super well recently. Like, I'm not sure why it's just like suddenly taking off. Oh my goodness, look at these roots over here. Wow. So I guess I'm gonna cut, where should I cut? Just under here, I guess. And then I'll just gently pull those out of the moss pole. Let's try that and see how it goes. So I'm just gonna do, yeah, we're just gonna do snip. Ooh, that one's easy. That one's so easy. Look at those. Oh, it's so satisfying. I wonder if I could just pot these back into the pot since they like already have some root action. I might try that. In my experience, these root up super well, so I might just do that. Okay, and then this one I'm gonna cut right there. Now this one is rooted in a little bit. I can feel some resistance. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, honestly, I was thinking I was gonna propagate these in water or something, but honestly, I think I can just plant these in with the plant. Look how pretty it is. For a while, well, for like pretty much the whole time I've had this, I got this last summer. I've had it for almost a whole year. And I just like, it just hasn't really lived up to my expectations. But now that it's filling out and really climbing and just looking quite good in my opinion, I'm super happy with this. I want to take off the green tape. I think it's like rooted on here. I don't think I need this green tape anymore. So we'll do that after, I guess. I think that the first thing I'm going to do is make the moss pole extension. Okay, we are going to cut our mesh out to start, and And actually, I'm gonna make it about, yeah, I'm only gonna do it about this long. And I need it to be 9 squares. 8, 9. Boom. I just poured my coffee and I'm obsessed with my new mug. I don't know how well you can see, but it's a Gemini mug and it's this light blue color that I love. I think people get confused sometimes because sometimes I have a Libra mug or a Scorpio mug, but those are my rising and moon signs. My sun sign is Gemini. My birthday is next month, so yeah. Had to get that mug because it was in my sign and my current favorite color. All right, we're just gonna quickly throw this together. I have a lot of videos making these, so I'm not gonna bore you with explaining it for the 10th time. I wonder how big the leaves get on these monsteras, Monstera, Standalianas. I haven't really seen, I don't see a lot of people post these plants. Like, does anybody have one? Because I do not see it very often. Okay, actually I need to cut these still. It's not all done. Almost all done. Okay, okay, I think I learned last time that the best thing to do is to repot first and then add the extension after that. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let's check out the roots on this. I'm actually really curious to see what they look like. Oh, they look pretty good. I am quite impressed. Oh, wow. Yeah, I would say he's ready for a root pot. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Not like super root bound, but definitely has some good rootage going on. So that's really awesome to see. So I'm going to put him down gently there. And then this has some soil. I wonder if I could just like pop it in though. Let me see. Let me see. I'm reusing this pot that I didn't end up using. Gonna have to dump some out. Okay, put that guy in. And then we have these propagations that I want to put in. And then I also have a couple other Monstera Standalianas that I kind of wanted to combine. These are just little ones, little wet sticks that are growing in here. These are both in pond, but I think I just want one big plant. Like, I don't think I want to be growing several of these. Although maybe I'll keep one for a trade. Maybe I'll keep this one for a trade because this is quite nice. Should I do that? Or should I grow this one out for a trade plant? That means I'm gonna have to uproot these though. I was thinking of just continuing to grow this. Should I keep them both just in case for trades? I don't really want to take it out now that I've got these cuttings that I can just put in right away. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave them, cancel this whole segment. I'm not gonna do anything with either of those pawn ones. We're just going to work with these two, which are very beautiful. So bring this gal back over here. And then I have to decide which side I want to put them. I think I want to put one on this side. That'll be cute. And then one on the other side. Or that side's pretty full. Let's start with this side. Okay, and then this one, I will just, where do I want to put this? I'm gonna put it right here. Or I guess I want it to go this way. Yes. Okay. Perfect. So this plant is going to be coming out of the cabinet as well. I have been moving so many plants out of cabinets and moving things around. I'm actually going to be filming a bit of a rearranging video after this. I just wanted to get some more plants on moss poles so that I can know where those plants are going to go. I just need the plants to be in the state they're going to be before I arrange everything. So that's why I'm filming this video first. Okay, I am quite happy with that. Now we're going to try to attach the moss pole. Okay, so let's hope this just nicely fits over top. Oh, that is a nice fit. How come when I did the medium, I must have like miscounted the squares or something when I did that one, because that one was a bit of a mess, but this feels really sturdy and it looks great. So look at how algae this one is though compared to this. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is just zip tie it on there. Oh my gosh, if my sweater has been rubbing on my mic this whole time, I am not gonna be happy. Okay, so I think everything is done. It's a little wobbly just because it's repotted and, you know, it hasn't fully rooted up in this pot yet. That's fine, that's normal. The last thing I'm gonna do for this plant is just remove the green tape because it's already rooted in everywhere, so it's not necessary, and it'll just look a little nicer without it. And then I have more pieces of green tape, which is good because I'm running out. A lot of the times the roots kind of get attached because it's just like a soft layer on the inside, so you have to be gentle. Wow, this thing is just rooted like crazy. I think I can even take this top one off. Yeah, that's definitely rooted in there. Like, look at how thick some of these roots are. Don't know how much you can see, but yeah, tons of roots. Okay, so, oh yeah, it looks so much nicer with the green tape off. This plant is one that's really hard to like capture on camera, just the way that the leaves kind of like splay out, and like you kind of need to look at it from the top to get the full picture, but I promise you it's gorgeous when you're looking at it in person. I guess that's the back of the moss pole. Why are the front of my plants always on the back of the moss pole? Like, what the heck? All right, so that's gonna be it for Monstera, Standaliana, and who should we do next? Maybe the obliqua. All right, so next we are tackling Monstera obliqua. This is what my obliqua is looking like. She is so cute. This is the newest leaf here. But as you can see, she is starting to put out a runner. She's trying to run away from me and find something to climb. You can see she's really starting to vine here, nice aerials. So definitely time for a moss pole, and this is one that I have been really excited to put on a moss pole. I'm hoping that we have some pretty substantial roots because I would like to be able to put it in a larger pot so that I can accommodate a moss pole, so let's check it out. Okay, guess I need to lower this a bit, don't I? Okay. Oh. Okay, this is good. She's way more rooted than the last time I checked. The last time I couldn't even see any of her roots, but I can actually see quite a lot of roots now, which is great. There is sphagnum on the bottom here. I'm just gonna try to break off whatever potting medium is on here. I just watered these plants, so everything is quite moist, but that's okay. Probably reuse this sphagnum right now when I repot it. I'm just gonna put it over here. I've noticed that Botanicas, the plants that they've sent me, will be in like a layer of this nice potting soil mix, and then at the very bottom there will be sphagnum moss. So I don't know, it seems to be working though. All of my plants have been so happy from Botanicas, and I've left a few of them in the containers that it was sent in, like this one, for example. This is the pot and everything from when it was sent to me in September, and it's been super happy the whole time in there. So whatever they're doing, it's working. Okay, the roots all look really healthy on this as well, which is great. So I'm gonna just I'm not gonna like mess around too much. I just wanted to get some of that sphagnum off so that I don't just have like a super wet patch in my pot. But you can see some of the roots. I don't know how much you can see, but they look good. So I'm thinking I'm just going to actually reuse the pot that the Standaliana was in. So it's a bit of an upsize. I think we'll be able to accommodate. I kind of want to do a small moss plank again, similar to the one that I made for my vanilla orchid. If you watched that video, I just really liked that. And especially for a smaller pot, I think that that's going to be the best option, because I would have to have like a really thin moss pole in here, which I don't really feel like doing that. Okay, I'm just gonna cut a couple pieces of this. Okay, so I have my 2 pieces of mesh, and how did I do this last time? I think I'm going to zip tie the sides together and then fill it up and then zip tie the other side closed. I have a fun planty project coming up, you guys. I've kind of like hinted to it on my Instagram story, but yeah, I'm so excited. That video is probably going to be coming out within the next couple of weeks. I think my place is just going to look so much better after I do it too, so I just cannot wait to get cracking on that. I really want to do more like, I don't even know what I would say, like, not like decor and styling, but like kind of like different ways to display houseplants, I guess. And like I said, I'm rearranging some of my plants, so I'm gonna film that, which I think is a fun video. Like, I love watching stuff like that, so hopefully there's other people out there who enjoy that as well. It'll be a nice break from like repotting and making moss bowls, which I love doing. I just feel like this type of video gets a little repetitive after a while, but I'll still be making all kinds of videos. Okay, so now we can open it up to put the moss. I think it turned out not too bad. I'm actually thinking that since I'm doing the plank and I can put it on the outside of the container, I might just keep this in the smaller pot. I'm just worried it's gonna be a little too roomy if I upgrade it and I'm not putting a pole inside. You know what I mean? So I might just pot him. I can give him some fresh potting mix, but I think I'm gonna keep him in this smaller one. Then maybe in a few more months, he'll be ready for a larger pot. I think I'm gonna do the exact same thing that I did with the orchid. I think I'm going to attach my chopsticks to the back. Yeah, hopefully I have a couple more chopsticks. Okay, so I taped the chopsticks to the back of the pot. So let's do that. Okay, and then I
put my plank, and then I used green tape, plant Velcro. I don't know why I always call this green tape. It is green tape, I suppose. But I'm going to use some of that to adhere. Oh my goodness, it's all stuck together. I'll explain why I'm doing it this way in a second. I just need to focus here. This is for sure gonna lean on the glass in my cabinet because, yeah, there's no way this would be stable ever. Not a chance. Okay, so this is what we are working with. The plant is potted a little bit crooked in here, but that's fine. So it's stable enough, and I have the aerial root not adhering, touching the moss there, which is good, so it can root in. I think I might cut this runner and then just throw it in my prop box because it would be like almost at the top of the pole if I leave this on, which is silly. So I think I'm gonna cut it off. Boop. Oop. That was not a good cut. And there it is. Going to try to root that. There's like a little tiny root on there. I'm really excited to see this plant grow now that it has something to climb, so I'll definitely keep you guys updated. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to be doing the Monstera Peru, and like I said, it's just been growing so beautifully. Look at that new leaf. It's still hardening off, but oh my goodness, it's so big and just gorgeous. And we have pretty decent aerial roots that are emerging, so this guy definitely is asking for a moss pole. I'm not sure what the root situation is here, so I'm just gonna pull him out and take a look. Oh, it actually looks like it has a lot of roots. Oh, they're like coiled around the bottom, but then the rest doesn't look super root bound. That's weird. Okay, so he's got this big root coil situation going on. Okay, okay. So nice healthy root system on this guy. Okay, so this one I do feel comfortable upsizing and adding a moss pole in there. I'll just do a short one. Did I explain? I don't even think I explained about the moss plank I just made for the obliqua. I was so focused. So the reason that I chose to do that style of like moss pole or moss plank and the way I adhered it with the chopsticks on the back and just like sitting above the pot, I didn't actually plant it in there or put the chopsticks inside of the moss. And the reason is because I'm just trying to prevent any type of like rot situation that could happen, just because the root system is still a bit on the small side, and it is a plant that I'm not worried about because it's hardy, but I just try to take special care of. Also, I just can't fit a moss pole in a pot that small, so it's just the best option. And the reason that I don't put the chopsticks inside of the moss pole is because they can mold or rot. I explained that in my orchid video, but I still had people commenting about it, so that's the only reason. I just don't want them to be staying super moist, so it just makes the most sense to do it that way. Definitely not the most stable situation, but like I said, it's just going to be leaning against the glass in my IKEA cabinet, so I'm not too worried about it. But anyways, in this case, I am just going to go ahead and do a thin moss pole and put it in here because, I don't know, this is just a little bit more robust and I'm not worried about it, even though that plant has rotted on me a lot of times. We're just going to go ahead and do that. I've never actually gotten to the point where I was able to grow a Monstera Peru climbing, so I'm really excited to have this on a moss pole. Last time I had this plant, well, it's the same plant, but I had to regrow it from a wet stick. But last time I was growing this, it didn't grow enough to the point where I was able to put it on anything. It just like rotted a month or two after I got it. So it'll be really cool to see it climb. Okay, so I left some room. I've been trying to do this thing where I add the potting mix into the bottom so it's not just like moss sitting wet in the pot, but it's so tricky. Okay, that's as good as that is going to get. It's actually pretty good. Okay, so now need to leave room to put this guy in. Okay, I'm gonna add some potting mix. Then I'm gonna add the plant in. Get his roots down there. Does that look good? That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. All right. Time to backfill. Okay, wow, this looks really good. I'm super happy with this one. Just gonna secure it with green tape. That'll be the perfect size. This one is going so smoothly. Secure it with green tape. That's excellent. So I'm just gonna keep securing as it grows up, but I'm super happy with this one. This looks so good already, and it's only going to look better as it keeps climbing. So yeah, amazing. All right, so that is going to be the end of this video. I hope that y'all enjoyed repotting and moss poling these Monstera. I cannot wait to give updates. I feel like I'm appreciating the genus of Monstera so much more within this past year. Like before, I didn't really branch out from just Monstera deliciosa and the different varieties, but now it's so exciting just to get to know different species, and I'm really enjoying it so far. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them down below in the comment section. I will do my best to get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Try